Alright, hello everyone, I'm Ratman Horatio. We're going to be doing more Elden Ring today. We're going to the Sainted Hero's grave and probably elsewhere if it's too painful. If we can't handle the Sainted Hero's grave, well, I mean, that's kind of it, you know? Ignore that noise. Right, so I need to address a proverbial elephant in the room right out the gate. If I sound different, it's because I messed up and I deleted all the filters my mic had. So I had to go into my filters on in OBS and redo the compressor, the limiter, the noise gate, the noise suppression, and this time, for a change of pace, we've added some gain, so I should come through a little clearer. I should be a little louder. Especially when compared to the games I'm playing. So without further ado, let's get things and the stuff in the eye. Let's get Elden Ring up and running, and we'll get right into it. Yes, tasty. The launched game frame drop. Now, full disclosure, I did do some isolated recordings. I launched up the game, and I moved around a little bit to make sure the sound doesn't go kaput. And from the recording, from the test recordings, it sounds fine to me, but if it doesn't to you, speak up so I can fix it. It should be fine, TM, but just because it should be doesn't mean it is. Also, there were some gravel stones back here that I picked up because I have poor impulse control and I saw things on the ground. Alright, we didn't kill anything, we didn't do anything other than pick up that gravel and jump around on torrent to check audio levels. Alright, so last time we went up, we explored this village, and I want to go back to the village, and I want to look around more, because I can't help but think I missed a bunch of stuff, because it seemed too empty. Maybe there's something, like, on the cliffs or whatever, away from where I was looking. We did the Mirage Rise, we did this minor Erdtree with Worm Face, and his janky hitbox, the Noble Gold Mask. We spoke to him in his unfortunate hand gesture. We did the tunnel. And yes. Alright, all of this was in the pursuit of eventually going over here and trying to find the map for this area. Which is what? Mount Gelmir? I don't remember. I remember at one point over here I saw the words Mount Gelmir appear. But instead of doing what is simple, what is sane, we will be going to the Sainted Hero's grave after being explicitly told not to. Last stream we came in here. This dude is still here. Not sure what his deal is. He's got some grave violets. We picked something up off of that corpse. And first and foremost, let's level up. Let's spend those points. We also found some sacred tears, or whatever they're called. I've forgotten already. Alright, so we're at 60 strength. We're going to put some points into endurance because I'd like to wear a shirt again. This will also give me more swings and will make it easier for me to contend with my equipment. Alright, we can sacrifice the shield, which increases our stamina regen in order to wear a shirt, but is it worth it? We can have the hat. Finally. Now, the reason I'm excited about this, the Impet Wolf, is because this also increases our endurance. forgot imps have longer range than me, so what's that deal? This path seems to go further in, so we're gonna backtrack and check that other path. Maybe we need to lead something there. I don't know. Oh, they're doing magic. They seem illusory. Like they're not real. Kind of like that wall, which is marked conveniently by a flower. Oh, that is some spicy range. I deserve for cheesing 2/4 of his health. But God, that is some nonsense. You have revenants. I recommend you contact your local priest. I hear they're good with dealing with revenants. Also, welcome, Exali. It's good to see you. You'll have to tell me how my mic audio is coming through, because I had to change a lot of the settings because I'm spectacularly stupid and deleted all of my filters on accident, and I needed to reset and redo all of them. I added a little gain so that I should come through more clearly, especially whenever the game gets a little loud. That man is clipped into the floor heavily. Strong gains, bruv. Ah, sucks to suck, nerd. Oh. Hey, look, 2 strong attacks with my brick hammer, my brick club, brick on stick, is a lot of posture damage. Okay, have fun. I hope you have a great time. Well, this leads up, but to what end? You're not real. No, you are real. Why? You remember this little dungeon. I'm guessing because it's painful. That man's texture has left the building. He is textureless. Oh, he wasn't textureless. He was a shadow monster, and he needed to enter the light in order to be purged of sin. You didn't want to spoil it? Well, it's a good thing I was a coward, and I'm just like, this seems suspicious. I probably shouldn't walk into that. So these are more shadow people. I'm guessing they're entirely immune to damage until I get them to walk in the stuff. They're entirely immune to damage until I get them to walk in the stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and just... We could kite them into the place. Instead, we're just gonna go ahead and dance around it. We're gonna run. We're gonna be fleet-footed. Oh, there's a convenient one right here. Let's go ahead and... Ah, foolish. And they get stunned when they enter it, so that's a big plus for me. Oh no, my back is to you. Whatever will you do? I'm gonna look away. Please? Nix? Of course it's Nyx. Who else would it be? Hey Nyx, how are you today? One of these days it's gonna be someone else, Nyx. This isn't int, it's endurance. Lupine endurance. I require not intelligence, I require the stamina to keep swinging. Okay, have a blast, Exali. I hope you have fun with the wife. I'd probably get to the point where you're blaming you for realizing it was someone else who did it. Well, here's the thing. It takes a second in order for Twitch chat on OBS to catch up. So I don't actually know who does it for a few seconds. At this point, you're the only person who shows up regularly who uses that, other than, I guess, Brock, who rarely does it. But Brock says hi first. Change up your patterns, Nyx. You are becoming too predictable. Ah, Brock decided to change it up a little bit. How dare you? You enter the circle, become vulnerable. Brock always says hi first. Well, you see, he didn't say hi first because I said it. And he's being a contrarian. They're repostable in that state. That's... Ooh. Ooh-wee. That's... spicy. Alright, these walls are all real. I think. We're not going to press that. We're not going to pull that lever yet. We're going to well and truly look around the room. And we're stuck, so we're going to go ahead and pull that lever now. Pull the lever, Crunk. I hope those guys don't get back up. I don't think there's anything up here. Except fall damage, perhaps. Why are they dropping from the ceiling? Comest thou whemst? Oh no. That's bad. I don't have the health for that. You're an enigmatic, eccentric, phantasmagorial, walking, talking, non-conforming song of a bitch. No, nope, you're a song of a bitch, not a son of a bitch. No, no, you flubbed your words and live with the mistake. Bye. There's the bang, of course. Of course, naturally. What do you mean he didn't take a hit there? That's what you think of that? Well... no comment. How am I today, Ratman? I had a smooth brain moment, you see. I was going through my settings to try and figure out why my mic was cutting out at the end of sentences, and occasionally at the start of them. And I deleted all of my filters. So I had to reset all of my OBS mic filters. So if I sound different, that's why. If you hear anything that offends you come from the mic, such as odd breathing, the smack of lips, please tell me. Because I did some recordings, some test recordings, and everything seemed fine, though I am uncertain if that's true. The whole "it works on my system." I'm sad you couldn't skip a large, bit of this by simply being clever with your, by riding up one of the guillotines, but whatever. Well, I can't do anything about the big boy there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pretend he's not real. I wonder if he's immune to fall damage. Ooh, I should have tested if I could survive the drop here. You respawned rather quick. He got me with all three of those swings. It's hard to dodge attacks when you can't see them. Okay, so here's the weirdest part about that, Brock. So that is something that happens to not just you, but that's happened to what is their name? Danderpaws. So Dander, you might have seen them in chat occasionally. They have this issue where their phone doesn't like the resolution I stream in. And I have absolutely no idea why. Maybe your phone's a bit older, maybe it's a weird resolution thing, because it says, for me, auto source 1080p 60 FPS. That's what it says for me. I can stream it, no problem. I can see it on my phone, no issues. But unless I stream in 720p, it won't show up on some people's phones, which is bizarre. Your phone is brand new this year? Outside of saying, well, troubleshooting it says reinstalling the app, and I'm not telling anyone to reinstall the app. I'm not telling you to do anything. All I'm saying is the troubleshooting is weird, and I don't understand why this is a problem. I think it has to do somehow to do with sources, and I don't know, maybe aspect ratios, but it's something that's been encountered before. I don't know why, but it's one of the things, the weird bit is I know about it, I can't reproduce it. I've never had a problem with my, I have a Pixel 6, I think. It's not brand new, but it's newer. You know? And I've heard this problem on old phones. Well, I have no idea why people with new phones are getting it. It's bizarre, and I wish I understood it. I do. But it's one of those things where, Brock, in your opinion, should I downscale the quality of the stream? Should I drop it down to 720p so that no matter what, everyone on mobile can watch it? It did work originally, it just stopped working. It might have something to do with your cache. The Twitch's cache on your phone. I'm not certain. I have no way of being sure. But it's the only thing that comes to mind. You've tried that. Landell soldier ashes. Nice. Alright, so this collapses. So I'm gonna have to lead the big dude through all of this, which is going to be some nonsense. You would... An issue I have with it is it does end up making things look noticeably more crunchy. There's a path over there. Right, we'll get to that eventually. I suppose. Oh, that's why I couldn't get here. All right, Brock. You know what? Since you're here and this is affecting you, should I reboot the stream and change my broadcast settings specifically to fix this issue? Or leave it as is for this stream and solve it another day? Leave it for now? I mean, I don't think it would take that long to fix. It is just a setting in OBS. It's just a pain in my ass. Also, hey, Nix. You were just wondering if I was where? I am aware of it, but the problem is it's weird and it's inconsistent for the people who get the issue, you know? Like, as you said, it was working fine. Now it isn't. It shouldn't be a problem, but it is. Also, yes, very, very liquid. Nix. Hey, you have no idea how much a day means for my average viewers. Considering I still can't average 3 viewers a stream. I don't know how people do it. Dragon Crest Shield Talisman. We're gonna bonk these walls, make sure they're all real. That one's on the staircase, so it's definitely real. No, might as well check anyways. You're trying, I know. It's also the weirdest thing. Like, I'm fully convinced at this point that Twitch, whenever it comes to tracking viewers, has absolutely no idea how many viewers you have at any given time. Oh, so this leads back up. Okay, I see, yes. Yes, I understand now. I'm not happy about it, but I understand. Yeah, I think it started to actively not count lurkers because they don't contribute to the money machine with bits and whatnot and subscriptions. And that's fair, that's entirely understandable, and I have zero qualms with people lurking in my stream. I just wish Twitch felt the same. Yes, executed. You love to see it. Well, I was running around more engaged with chat than I was with the game for a hot minute there, so it was about time I paid for my actions. I had to answer for my transgressions. That's entirely fair. You got 2 pounds of wings with your name on it. That seems a trifle bit excessive, but who am I to judge? Have fun, Brock. I hope they taste good. I have 17 poise. I think most of it's coming from this helmet. You've got work in the morning. Oh, no. No. You've got homemade hot sauce with extra chilies. Mmm. Don't lose my head. Look, we both know fully that I'm out of my head. Please climb the ladder. That dude on the horse is a threat. Now he's not a threat. The threat has solved itself. Feels good, man. We're gonna sippy at this man. And we're gonna run for our lives. There's the Shadowman. Does he wish to engage in a good old-fashioned bout of fisticuffs? Maybe he's friendly. Ah, yes, like the spawns of chaos in Darktide. They're friendly. No, don't you back off now. I need you to be aggressive. I need you to close the distance. I need you to step into the arena. Step into the ring, buddy boy. Come on now. Please. Foolish, Dante, foolish. Somewhere a heavy door has opened. Fantastic. You love to see it. Do you know how many years I wouldn't say trained, but practiced vocal work? Like, to do funny voices for friends and whatnot. I spent so many years doing odd and funny voices and really stretching the limit of what I think I can accomplish with my vocal cords. Just to entertain friends. Because I could. And you have no idea how popular that laugh is on Halloween. I say that, but you just might. Okay, what do we got? Oh, it's Zamor again. You fool! You don't have the health for this! You've left yourself vulnerable, ancient hero. Ancient Dragon Knight Kristoff. Well, that was easy. I wonder if there's more to this place. I bonk really hard. Alright, so there's probably more to this place that I just missed, but... I could backtrack and explore. But to what end? Right, we're gonna back... No, we're not. We don't want to spend all stream checking every wall and looking at every round table-esque kind of alt path, so we're just gonna go ahead and return. We will mentally mark this place as complete, with an asterisk. It's not done. We know it's not done, but we're going to pretend it is. Because I'm an idiot. And instead of doing what I want to do and exploring this area and getting the map so that this place is no longer smudged out and foggy, we're going back to the Windmill Village because I don't like it. I found too little there. For a place that had a boss fight of its own, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna walk along this cliff path and work my way up as much around the cliffs as I can. Because I went through the center of the village and I didn't really see anything. You know, so maybe I missed something near the cliffs. Because I didn't look at the cliffs because, why in God's name would I? No, wait, no, there was an item over here. I remember this. Yeah, I saw this from above, but I never went back down to get it because I got immediately distracted by the boss that was in the village. Oh, the celebrant's skull. What do you do? As you're a skull on a stick, I probably could justify using you. A large bludgeon decorated with flowers and many colored fabrics. Ceremonial tool used by the dancers during the festival of Dominula Windmill Village. The striking end is a skull too large and human in size to be human. Grants trace amounts of runes on landing an attack. So, like... Do I want a hint of what? Alright, well, we picked up the item we saw last stream and forgot about. Oh, the guillotine area. If there's a secret path I missed in that guillotine graveyard, tell me, because I'll probably never go back there unless the story points me back there. How am I so stupid? Oh, I already rode the I rode one set of guillotines up. I didn't ride the other. I should probably check that out. After we're done doing a quick patrol of the village. Is this where I joke where I can't wait to get to NG+, where I can dual-wield Celebrant Skulls? One in each hand, power stance them. Okay, this is a dead end. I get what you mean. There's a lot of, oh, this doesn't seem particularly interesting, but it might be interesting to the person playing. And their screams of terror as you've led them into an archaic lich monster, and it is now two-shotting them. The bang has been noted. And of course, it's by Nyx. On that note, you're heading to bed. Well, have a lovely night, and I hope you sleep well. I'll see you next time, Nyx. Good night. I wonder if yesterday, while I was looking around this place, I looked over the cliffside or whatnot, and I saw that area with the item, and I just had a brain stop moment. I still feel like there's more to do in this village, but for now, let's head back to the grave of the Sainted Hero's grave and check that other guillotine. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure there's nothing there, but now I'm not certain. Now I don't know. Now I'm second guessing. Okay, let's get our shield equipped. Okay, we can't quite have that equipped again. We are at a point where we basically just have to ask, if we want the turtle shield, that's stamina regen. If we want the helmet, that's flat stamina. I guess it also has pretty good poise on it, so... I mean, I could always use the shield as a shield for a little while. You know, like a sane person would. Wait a minute, you're not protected anymore. Wait. Yeah, you're not protected anymore. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Wait, why was that one not protected? I don't know, I don't understand. Also this area feels wrong. Like there should be something over here, but there isn't. Very good. So we rode this up to get to that area. Just up there. But we never rode the other guillotine. We didn't ride this guillotine up anywhere. Go ahead and heal, make sure I don't get one shot by a grab or something. Okay, there doesn't seem to actually be anything there, so let's go up even higher. Match the Revenant down. So we did go about killing this big boy, and he does not in fact respawn, meaning we can explore his room safely. But why? To what end? Is there anything in here? I don't see anything upward. Enemies are continuing to die to the guillotines, and I'll view that as an absolute win. Like, this is gonna sound insane, but part of the problem, TM, that I'm running into is that these areas aren't being used to their full potential. No. Oh, Ghost Glove Wart. Nice. Like, they have these big rooms. And I guess it makes sense, but also the room that was up here with the Grave Warden. Why? It's not like we could fight him without leading him back. Unless you could disable the magic thing with holy damage or with a torch, which would be really weird, but it is what it is. Like... Maybe check that upper area again. Also, no triple check for the for revenants. Okay. Ah. Maybe when I was up here, I didn't look in the right spot. You know what I mean? This leads back. Yeah, we've been here. This leads back. This is not what we need to see. Don't ask me how I managed to let myself get hit by a swing that was in slow motion. This area was sealed off by a stone sword key. Perhaps there's more. No, there isn't more. Maybe in the hallway I came from. No, this is all pretty solid. Not a lot I can do about it. Yeah, it says you can wait. Is there something up there? Doesn't look like it. I swear I'd be able to see, like, the item, like, mist trail. The wispy nonsense that it does. That's effectively inaccessible. And, because I'm dumb, we have to go back up the blade. And there's no higher to go on the blade, unless it's directly above me, but it's not. Alright, chat, we're gonna go ahead and live under the assumption that Nyx is both not here and has actually gone to bed, and that they're not gonna hear this. We're going to pretend that that advice was very helpful and didn't lead to me walking back to this place and finding nothing. If they ever ask if the advice was useful, yes it was. Maybe we should check that other path. Yeah, let's go take a peep at the other path. I don't know why I bothered. There was no reason to. This just leads me back here. There's no additional item, no additional paths. It's just, yep, you took the wrong route. Here's a way through to where you need to be quick. Alright, so... Fainted Hero's Grave is done. That's done. Let's head to the road... The road of iniquity. And then head... west? I think it's west. Ah, because I hate myself, we're going to travel by night. So perhaps a death bird or death-right bird can rock up and clean my clock. You know, on an unrelated note, another game that I've been playing that is open world, has horses and combat, is Red Dead Redemption 2. These games couldn't be more different, but I gotta say, it is something relaxing, something magical about playing Red Dead Redemption 2 in between bouts of Elden Ring and whatnot. It's not like I'm progressing the story or like doing the big open world content and looking for side quests. I'm just hunting and fishing. Red Dead 2 is very, very incredible. Like, the only thing pushing me to get more of the open world content, like pushing me to move on with the Van der Linde gang, is because I want to access the new legendary fish, and I want to access the other legendary animals. Just wandering around, hunting and fishing and collecting, and just collecting, really, is very fun. It's very cathartic. And sure, you can do the things like do the robbing, do the killing, do the fighting, do the drinking, but that's like always an option. It's not what you can focus for. If they just made an open world life sim? So what you're saying is if after you got control of Mr. Marston and you retired to his ranch, you actually retired and got to hire farm hands and just relax. More of the Iron Maiden things. They're fighting with the troops of Leyendell. Well, it's good to know the Leyendell troops are immune to the Iron Maiden's grab. We're gonna go ahead and just mostly ignore the combat going on around us. We don't actually have much of a reason to engage in the combats. You enjoy the whole immersive life sim, run business, half family kind of game, though, so medieval dynasty stuff. I like some gameplay with my life sims. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Dwarf Fortress. Dwarf Fortress is so addictive, and I've sunk so many hours of my life into it. But, like, it can be a little boring. It can be a little tedious. And it can be incredibly frustrating. Wow, they actually strung the trolls up. That's bizarre. It can be incredibly frustrating when you're trying to get something done and you keep getting invaded, or things just keep not going your way. Oh, fake PvP. Alright, who's the invader? Omen Killer? Anastasia Tarnished Eater. Very compelling, Anastasia. Sacred Butchering Knife. Very interesting. Dwarf Fortress Hack is on Steam now, too. I have the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress. The only outright issue I have with Dwarf Fortress, as it stands, at this moment, as we speak, is that it doesn't have Adventure Mode. When Adventure Mode hits, oh, I'm gonna lose my life to that game. I'm gonna stop taking care of myself. I'm gonna lose my job. I'm gonna disappear off the internet. I'm just gonna vanish as I just fall into adventure mode. Because, like, I gotta say, I did a few streams of Dwarf Fortress, and that was Fortress mode, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's wonderful. This is great. This is fun. But I was always an adventure player. Like, I always did adventure mode, because I'm an idiot, and managing a fortress is difficult. And in OG Dwarf Fortress, one of the biggest hurdles for me was, like, getting around the poor controls for adventure mode. Controlling in adventure mode was, a learning process. Apparently it's done, they're just working at the kinks. Oh, that's incredibly exciting. Although incredibly disappointed for the BDSM community. What do you think the D in BDSM stands for? It stands for dwarf. And this is Dwarf Fortress. Why do you think they demand a dungeon and a jailer? Right, sorry. I had to make the joke at least once. Oh no, I've been had. Alright, I might actually have to kill these things, which is unfortunate. You know, I could probably call on the wolves to handle this. While we're in quasi-life, let's go ahead and check the description of the Godskin Peeler and the Sacred Butchering Knife. So the Godskin Peeler, unique twin blade wielded by Godskin apostles, characterized by its disturbing design. Looks like a dental tool. One end features a sickle for slicing attacks, while the other boasts a winding spike for boring into flesh. Much skill is required to wield this weapon due to its asymmetric nature. Sacred Butchering Knife. Huge carving knife made to cleanly butcher the human body. Signature weapon of the Ogress Anastasia. Known to have eaten countless tarnish while disguised as a finger maiden. Restore a very small amount of HP when it's sparkly... How am I reading this wrong? Restore a very small amount of HP when it squarely strikes an enemy. So this weapon has a sweet spot. In all fairness, do you want to know why I said sparkly? Because in Dark Souls 3, the Butcher Knife, which is essentially the same thing, looks different though, has the same effect, it had a weapon art. Its weapon art was that you sharpened it and it became sparkly. Whenever it was sparkly, every hit would cause it to steal health from enemies. I'm not here. Bye. Damn, they got some hitbox. Damn, they do be hitboxing. Oh, you must have heard wrong. Probably won't get Steam Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode till the end of the year. Hey, given how long Dwarf Fortress has been in development, that's fast. Look, I'm not saying that the game has been in development hell. I'm saying that Torrin Adams is a dedicated man who deserves more love. They did hire a load of people, so it's one of those things where, yeah, it's bound to happen. They gotta learn the... You see, they're not doing that thing that 343 does, where they hire temporary workers and then immediately fire them after their contract's up. They actually brought people in to, you know, learn the engine, learn the coding, and work with the developer. I'm still absolutely bitter about the direction Halo's gone. Infinite wasn't bad, but it could have been so much more. Oh, smithing stones. I'd love to see it. Did I get something else from this? No, I think I'm losing my mind. But they did hire, if you like Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode, Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead is on Steam now, too. I know, but Cataclysm is a different kind of beast. Don't get me wrong, I like Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, but it doesn't fill the same niche. Plans for Workshop Support 2, which you're excited for? Oh, Workshop is going to be magical. I don't know what it is about, how do I describe them? The games like, Caves of Kud, Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode, you know, games like that. I don't know what it is, but their communities are always so extra. Like, the communities just have zero chill. And they will do so much with so little. You wanted to, like, could you really... You just couldn't get into it? I understand that completely. Caves of Kud is good. Cock, if you would. More than just the graphics, because we're gonna put aside the graphics. We played Dwarf Fortress Classic. We're familiar with the ASCII and how it can be a little confusing for the uninitiated. But in Caves of Kud, part of the problem is that the... What would you call it? The sickness and character generation. Like, monochromia and dyslexia are great on paper for a character to have, but to force it onto the player makes it borderline unplayable. And sometimes you can just end up with it on a character you've made, and sometimes the easier solution is to just start over instead of trying to find a cure for it. Holy bow. And yes, it's not lost on me that that's not what real-life people who have those conditions have the luxury of, but we are playing a game. We are trying to have fun here. And I still have complaints about the balancing they did for the, limb severing stuff. Like being deaf in Project Zomboid. Project Zomboid, being deaf, being, what is it? Like schizophrenic, so you get the illusions. Not the illusions, the, hallucinations. Like, they make the game so much harder. And yes, it's worth being stated that they are real-life conditions, and the people who have those conditions deserve to be sympathized with and whatnot. It's just, we're talking about it from a game aspect. We understand that they're real, and the people who have to suffer with those conditions do suffer with them, but... Is that Patches? Patchy me boy, me bob. Oh, Patches must have put that there so that we could find our way to him? Hey, Patches.
Oh, hello? Yes. Strange place for a chance encounter, huh?
Yeah.
I could use a rest. Don't mind me. Go about your business. Right, over there. See that? Something shimmering. I swear.
Patches. Patches, come on, buddy.
What is it? Right over there. Now, you see that?
Patches. Pal. You're lucky I like you, and you and I have an incredibly long history, otherwise I would kill you on the spot. Patches? Are you supposed to be... Hold on, do I need to be on torrent? Come on, Patches, ambush me. I know you want to. Here? Does it trigger a cutscene? Come on, Patches, me boy, me Bob. I know you're going to ambush me. Oh, here it is. Here's the cutscene. He's going to kick me?
Well, if you really are that gullible.
Hey, Patches. God, imagine not knowing, not expecting
Then
this.
stay away from the volcano manor. Bye now. Take care.
You know, all things considered, this is pretty tame for Patches. Just a pair of basilisks. Oh, there's a third. Yeah, just a few basilisks. This is very tame for Patches. Patches has done much, much worse in previous entries. What do you mean? Okay, so I have to hit it with... I've dealt with Patches for, what, 5 games? Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2. He was Pate in Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne. Like I've experienced the Patches thing. I get it, I do. I'm completely unaffected by it now, and I find it to be charming. Like, I was there for Patch's redemption arc in Dark Souls 3 as he went around as Knight Lap. I know, I'm aware. You do whenever it's like the 8th time. Like, I can't stress enough that I knew exactly that he was going to kick me off the cliff. I knew it was going to happen. I can't be mad at him for debating me into it whenever... I wasn't tricked into anything. I consented to this. You don't understand. I knew it was coming. This is the harder daddy moment. Like, if I wasn't expecting it, and I died down there, and I lost a ton of runes, I might be upset, but no, I knew it was coming. I healed before I dropped. Like, let's be honest. Let's be honest. After your first encounter with Patches, after he surrenders to you, and you get the opportunity to accept his surrender or to kill him on the spot, like, You have a good litmus to what kind of character he is. That's a poison cave. Let's go down there anyways. Poison slimes. We're not going to deal with that. Away! Get off. This is my island. Alright, we see an item over there. We are interested in it. Oh, I see. So that's how it's gonna be. Poison grease. That tracks. More slimy boys. We want to get rid of these servants of rot. Ah, no. Get off me. Oh, they don't do poison damage. Well, I'm shocked. Lump of flesh. That wasn't really worth it. Alright, we're gonna take another flask here. Because I saw what was up ahead. There's another servant of rot. And we don't want to touch it. We don't really need the poison blooms, but they're there if we need. So, with all these, poison boys around... Actually, can I craft poison? Yeah. Yeah, I can. I have everything I need. Go ahead and craft a couple of those, and we're actually just gonna go ahead and eat one now. No. If we get poisoned, we'll eat one. Ow. We've almost been poisoned, but we're going to ignore it. And we're just going to accept that we're going to get poisoned here. We could stop it, but we're not going to. Down below is down below, so let's go ahead and head there now. We'll probably pop our physic in a second here. More rat. Some humor in the fact that that rat was able to get a swipe on me before I could stop him. I'm guessing this leads back up around towards where the upper dudes were. Golden rune. Very good. We're already poisoned, so we don't have to worry about the poison fog. Doing poison fog things. Oh, damn. No, thank you. Actually, since I'm already poisoned. And this is fine. Dealing with the flowers and the cultists. Oh, a mushroom set. Neat. Immunizing cured meat. Good, great, excellent. Happy to have been a part of it. We've actually almost completely outpaced the poison. We're almost out of poison, and our physique has kept our health reasonably high. It'd be interesting if poison damaged you, like, the ticks were more frequent whenever you were, like, sprinting or something, or, like, exerting yourself. Stake of Marika, and a place to go down. Well, it looks like down is the only way to go. We burned our wondrous physic early, which is a shame, but it happens. Golden rune of low quality. Good all the same. Let's head this way first. Yes, it seems we found our way to the boss fog. Let's check the other path before stepping in case we die. Rats. Oh, a rat. Okay, so that's blocked. Now, it's unlikely we'll need our torch in this boss fight, so we'll go ahead, put our shield back on, take off our shirt, and... yeah. Alright, turtle shell. We're at medium load. Now we're back at light load. Two-handed move in. Test. Kindred of Rot Exaltation. Sorry, I went into a bit of a blood haze there. Was there a boss? Greatly boost physical damage negation. Wonderful. Wrought iron talisman depicting a duo of ancient dragons, greatly boost physical damage negation. The ancient dragons who ruled in the prehistoric era before the Erd tree would protect their lord as a wall of living rock, and so it is that the shape of dragon has become symbolic of all manner of protection. A talisman depicting the exaltation of pests. Raises attack power when poisoning or rotting occurs in the vicinity. Wrought for the Scarlet Goddess, O Scarlet Blossom, flourish in distant lands and return to us, the unwanted children. I have no idea how that works, but we're going to pretend it doesn't exist and we're never going to use it. And stop flexing. Look, my stats mean all I can do is flex. It's all that my character's good for. Alright, we're back to Mount Gelmir. We should have a level up. We do. Level ups are getting quite chunky and expensive. Greetings. Right, we're going to ignore that. We can call Torrent down here, so the threat to our well-being was actually minimal. You're a tanky one. Release me! I am really bad at this whole not getting grabbed thing. Why are they just coming from the sky? Alright, we're just gonna disregard them and head down this valley. There are deer down here. Some herba. Did something just... Get out of there, stalker. What's with the fire anomalies? Oh, that is some lingering hitbox. Good heavens, that nearly one-shot me. Fireproof dried liver. And we're out of that nonsense. We'll have to fast travel back there. For now, though, we can proceed onward. Well, there's combat going on up there. And I'm glad to not be a part of it this time. Oh, there's a... convenient. Now, we can't just fast travel back to where Patches was and wag our finger at him, but we're not going to because I don't care. We're going back to Seathwater Cave, and we're going to check that other direction. We will eventually wag our finger at Patches because he is a naughty boy. But for now, he is going to get away without having a scolding. Actually, let's go ahead and take a seat. We'll pop a level. We're going to get our endurance to 30. And from there, we will see. Oh yeah, I should probably No. The next site of grace we see, we'll stop at. We'll get our inventory sorted out because we do have a bunch of extra stuff that we really don't need. We can also take the opportunity to read item descriptions and expand on the lure. Smithing stone. Oh, you're a healthy one. Health beetle. That would have been useful before, but we're stupid and didn't come this way. Golden seeds are always a welcome sight. Flip on past that. Oh, is this just a fast way up so we can get back to patches? Oh, and there's a site of grace here too. I've sat at this site of grace? I'm not gonna kill patches. I like patches. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell. Spirits of soldiers, each equipped with a spear and great shield. No. Ancient dragon knight Kristoff, spirit of Kristoff, an honorable knight of Leandel, who was also a devout worshipper of the ancient dragons. His skills strike down foes with thunderbolts, the dragon's weapon of choice. After the first defense of Leandel, Kristoff earned the hero's honor of Erdtree Burial for the feat of capturing Godfrey the Grafted. Curse me for what? I'm not gonna murder hobo my way through this. Protection of the Erdtree, superior incantation of Erdtree worship. Increased damage negation for all affinities, except physical, for both the caster and nearby allies. Hold to continue praying, and delay activation. In the beginning, everything was in opposition to the Erdtree, but through countless victories in war, it became the embodiment of order. Golden Vow, an incantation of Erdtree worship. Increase attack power and defense for the caster and nearby allies. Hold to continue praying and delay activation. This incantation has been taught to knights of the royal capital for generations, and knights sent on distant expeditions lean on it as a source of courage. Superior incantation of the capital's ancient dragon cult. Summons lightning to bolster the caster's body. Attacks become easier to deflect and resistance to all elements is increased. However, lightning damage negation will be reduced. Only those loved by dragons can survive the ordeal of cladding their body in lightning. The Godskin of Apostles sweeps a wide area before the caster with black flame. Charging enhances the range. The black flame could once slay gods, but when Malekith sealed destined death, the true power of the black flame was lost. We're gonna hold on to the Celebrant Skull. No, we're not. I was gonna say, like, man, we'll upgrade it. It's fun. It's a meme. No. The Pulley Bow. Longbow which utilizes a series of pulleys and springs. The complex mechanism, which required advanced mathematical and mechanical understanding to craft, was likely made by a certain genius who learned Golden Order fundamentalism. Enhances precision while shooting, enable arrows to fly much further distances. It comes with Mighty Shot. Oh, the requirements on this are quite low. But the damage isn't good. And it has slightly better range. It has 5 more range for 1 more weight. But it also takes a huge hit to damage. Mushroom head. Mushrooms found growing all over the body. These overgrown mushrooms have colonized the head. To those enraptured by the scarlet rot, these are holy vestments that root one to the earth. It is the lightest helmet I think I could justify wearing, but we're not going to wear it. We're not going to wear the mushroom set. I know. People had hopes, but... Mushroom body. Mushroom arm. Mushroom legs. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and sort our talismans as well while we're here. And our talismans are sorted. Oh, we don't have, Landell, so now we've got Landell. I don't know why I'm collecting the gauntlets of the different soldiers. They're all basically identical. Like, small touches are different. I guess they also have different stats, but they're very, very similar. You know what? The Wondrous Physic, I'm going to change it out. I've had it so it restores half of my health and gives me health regen, but I'm going to go ahead and change this up. So let's see. Boost stamina. No, not boost stamina. Boost stamina recovery. As well as charged attacks. Yes, I'm happy with this. So now whenever we drink, we'll have enhanced charge attacks for a time. And we'll have increased stamina recovery for a time. See the water river. There's the Sage's Cave. Oh yeah, we were around here, weren't we? Yeah, these are the Windham runes. I would say this is a convenient way up, but it isn't. Let's go ahead and teleport behind. Let's go ahead and Omaiwamo Shinderu patches. I wonder if an extra enemy spawns at the place the Tarnished Eater came out of, you know? We're gonna go ahead and just slip past all this. We don't need to fight them. We could, we're not going to. Patches, my boy. Greetings.
Oh, my. Well, here you are again. Oh, so sorry for that. I meant to warn you, but whoops, there you went. Despite my best intentions, I've done you wrong. I have. But here you are, standing tall and proud. All's well that ends well, eh? And my warning was spot on. You tell me different. Stay clear of Volcano Manor. End of discussion. I heard the brutes there hunt Tarnished like animals. Stay clear of Volcano. I heard the brutes.
No. I'm not gonna drop the hammer on Patches. I unironically love Patches as a character. Look, we've had trusty Patches, we've had mild manner Pate, we've had unbreakable Patches. We've had spider Patches, we've had, I forget what the Demon Souls Patches was called, but I know he existed. Oh, another one. He's just holding that pose. Hold that pose. Oh, it buffed its weapon. Just heal tank through it. How am I still... I shouldn't have won that fight, but we'll take it. Soporific grease? No, scavenger's curved sword. Why kill Patches? I like Patches. Look, my body is ready for Patchy. A Mikola's lily. I wonder if the Mikola's lilies are going to come in handy for something later. Oh yeah, can I equip shirt? No, no I can't. Can I equip helmet? No. What if I unequip the manchettes? No. No. I swear that shield says it weighs 5.5, but that's not true. It weighs more than that. Marionette. Glintstone. Wait, hold on. If the ladder was that way, why have stuff here? Keep ourselves topped up on health because I do not have the HP to justify being the low health hero. Another glintstone. These ones were protecting a Trina's lily for whatever reason. Oh, there are multiple ladders. Multiple paths. We're just gonna walk this way. Grab the items. Fight the monsters. Do the daring do. That's not an item. That was... We're gonna get stun locked to death. God damn. I see why that skull was there now. I wonder if that grafted scion's gonna respawn. If it does, it'll be a good source of runes. No grafted scion, so I guess it doesn't respawn. I wonder if you could see it earlier if it was invisible. Alright, second verse, same as the first. We're taking the left path and trying not to get put in a hearse. These archers are unreasonably tanky. Also a short bow. Did we just watch something spicy? I think so. I guess that's what the Landel soldiers are sieging against and why they have a siege tower that's broken down up here. Although I'm not sure what exactly they are sieging. Oh, there's a big building up over there. I probably should have... Next time. Next time. Alright, we're going to take this ladder up first because it's lower. Lower. Smack the marionette. Fantastic. Also, note to self, those gliders now have fire pots that leave fire behind. I need to remember the marionettes don't need to breathe, and they just quietly cling to things until they've decided to disconnect and drop directly on top of you. That path goes upwards, which means we're going to be dropping down.
Welcome, dear customer.
Ah, merchant.
Yes, right this way. Right this way. Welcome, valued customer. Come, trade in our wandering emporium. Please, buy something. I'm hungry. I've been hungry so long. Please?
I have to say, I keep expecting, like, one of these days we're going to talk to a merchant who ushers us over, and it's going to be a trap. Scavenger's curved sword. Causes blood loss. Unique curved sword notched like shark's teeth. Weapon carried by corpse pillagers who prowl the sites of old battles. The blade is tacky with blood and covered in hefty nicks, making it totally uneven. Life can be sinister indeed. Short bow. Small bow made to fire arrows over great distances. No. Other than its ability to fire off arrows in rapid succession, it is also well suited for use on horseback. To use a bow, arrows must also be equipped. It gets barrage. Well, the short bow has even less requirements, but even worse scaling. It's also lighter. Maybe I'll switch to the short bow. Drop the long bow. Alright, so what do you have for sale? Buying that right out the gate, and that... We don't need your arrows, though it is nice that you sell them. Guilty hood. Coarse hooded cloak of olive brown, the garb of those accused of lesser crimes. Indicated by the collar of sharpened branches. Confessor hood, black hood for blending in with the darkness, worn by church confessors. The church outside the lands between, dedicated to the teachings of the two fingers, sent confessors out to follow the guidance of grace. The confessors are loyal servants to the two fingers, ready to hunt down and quietly dispose of their enemies. And these all have the same description, they're just different flavors. We're gonna buy out all those clothes, because why not? should probably go back around to the other merchants and buy out their stocks of normal things. Okay, that's where we were. That's where the merchant is. It's good to know he's there. I see, I see. Torrent? Indeed, we're going to have used Torrent here. That is one huge ladder. Now, despite being a flying winged enemy, he can't actually fly, and if he wants to pursue me, he must climb this ladder. Looks like we've got some proper Leyndell knights up here, at least one. The yellow embers don't bode well. No, no, don't do that. Don't. He's a maddened knight. Oh, that's not good. Whoa. I didn't see you. I swear, they all just come out of the woodworks. Goddamn. We've got a number of maddened troops leading up this cliff. That's concerning in a way. I kind of wish there was a stake of Marika up that, because progress up that cliff is kind of slow, but... And when I say it's slow, I mean it's mostly just because, you know, climbing ladders is a time-consuming prospect. It'd be faster if it had stairs. Or even an elevator. A lifting platform, if you would. Now, we happen to know that it doesn't matter which set of ladders we take. Both lead to the same place at the end of the day. So we're going to actually just sprint through the path of least resistance this time in order to get up there quick. Does someone want to queue up Snake Eater? No, just me. That's where the merchant was, once again. I'm going to use Torrent to go ahead and cheese our way past, because I am a coward. Ah, such a pity, your bombs fell short. Those guys can't climb ladders, which is great news for me. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and grab our thing and toddle off. That's a lie. We are going to, in fact... Ah, I see. That's why I didn't notice them. They were hidden behind tents. A clever ambush. Oh, yes. You'd love to see it. I must cross quickly. Also, I did recover my runes. I guess just the things on that cliff face didn't have a whole lot of runes to their name. Wings have been destroyed. The wings of what? I died because the lock-on made me turn midair on torrent. That's heartbreaking, except it doesn't matter. Oh, the wings. I forgot you made wings. I've been so focused on my stuff, I forgot you left for food. And tell me, how were they? With your scotch bonnet and ginger hot sauce. Yes. Well, it seems like, despite the madness, the only thing up here is another memorial. But jump. Fool! Fantastic. More Eye of Yellow. The assault on Volcano Manor. The squalid, the sick, the blasphemous. A wretched, unending war with no glory. I'm guessing that's Volcano Manor. You make good wings, so without sounding like you're tooting your own horn. Fucking immense. Well, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. Alright, we'll take that path over on, well, ahead. Good lad, worth doing it right. He also oven-baked them. Yes, much better than deep frying. They're demi-humans. I can't be bothered. There's a cave here. Oh boy. Volcano cave. We're gonna sit down to force the reboot on those beastmen. The crispy wings in the oven is baking powder. Interesting. Alright. We lose our man Chet's, but we get health regen. There's one of the demi-human chieftains down below. We're not going to go that way yet, since it's a point of no return. Now, I suppose I'll ask, whenever you make your wings in the oven, what do you use for anti-stick? Do you use a spray? Do you use a little bit of butter? It hasn't been super long since I've had wings, but it's been a while since I've had good wings, you know? Teaspoon of olive oil, season well with salt, pepper, garlic powder, toss them well in that. Alright, we're gonna go around, and we're going to ambush him from the back, so his friends can't jump down and harry us during the grand duel. I died because swings and lock on. 1.5 table. That's tablespoons. Tablespoons. 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder. Retoss. Interesting. Hold on. That dude got a swing off. So that dude with the club apparently got an attack out. Could have fooled me. Oh, Rainbow Stone. That's convenient. I don't know why I'm bothering with the cave moss and the budding cave moss, but it makes me feel better. $15 minutes at 220, turn, 10-15 minutes till crispy. Interesting. Did I misspeak and say Fahrenheit at some point? I don't think I said. I said degrees. I'm fairly certain that Canada uses Celsius. Canada uses metric, yes. I was thoroughly confused for a moment. Did not realize I was Canadian. Well, here's the thing. I've always made a point of not specifying. I could be Canadian. I could be American. I could be an American who's good with the metric system. Ah, thank you, Lock-On, for just dying on me. There are many options. And as I am an internet being, an entity of which you find online, I have a vested interest in not saying where I'm from. I could be American. I'll never tell. I could be Canadian. I'll never tell. I could be a Bosnian freedom fighter. I'll never tell. I could secretly be a mortar pointed at Poland. I'll never tell. How are you not dead? Well, now it's dead. I'm surprised it didn't poise break at any point. The jar cannon. Well, that's useless to me. It is both ceramic, which is beyond me, and it is a cannon, which is beyond me. I'm from Earth, allegedly. Look, you need to understand, I'm not from Earth, I'm from Horatio Prime. Set as a delegate. Sorry, I couldn't finish the joke. Yeah, but jokes aside, I just... No. I'll not speak of where I'm from. It's nan's business but mine. Coil shield. Is that just a snake strapped to a shield? Armament designed for gladiatorial combat rises above its peers as a particularly showy specimen. The sculpted bronze snake is a poisonous breed, boosting the wielder's resistance to poison. Jar cannon. Jar cannon, which uses explosives to fire great bolts, so worthless to me, deals great damage but is slow to reload. Experimental firearm brought to the assault on Volcano Manor, where it was discovered that no one knew how to use it. Yeah, that tracks. We've authorized the use of the jar cannons, right? Did we train anyone how to use it? No. Cavemen definitely used cannons. I mean, who's to say they didn't? Maybe they were the biodegradable, eco-friendly kind of cannons. Maybe the reason we've never found them is because they got eaten by... Sorry, I can't even finish that joke either. Maybe they all got stolen in the war with the birds. Against invading T-Rex. There's patches. So I need to go back to First Mount Gelmir campsite and just follow this road up. Because there's also that big statue I want to check out that I've apparently missed. Hi ho, it's off to Gelmir we go. That doesn't really rhyme, but oh well. I feel as though I will be ambushed shortly. Well, that wasn't the kind of ambush I was expecting, but... Hey, I'll take it. Also, I want to point out, I lost half of my health to a single shoulder check from a wolf. Why? Why does it do so much damage? It's a wolf. It's not even biting me. Okay, so here's the giant statue I saw. This one appears to be unguarded. Alright, so is this another saintly grave of some description? Long elevator ride. Gelmir Hero's grave. Interesting. Well, we know from that saint's grave earlier that there might be something behind one of those walls. We can't afford to level up. We're not even close. Okay, we're good. We've entered a dungeon. Everyone knows what time it is. It's time to bonk the wall. You know... Oh, there's a chariot down there. Can you see it? If I angle my camera like this, you can see the spokes of the wheels. Well, not the spokes, but you can see the individual wheels way down at the bottom there. So am I going to start walking down and then just suddenly chariot? Oh, hey, it even lights up to mock me. It was a chariot to pass. Ow, archer. Oh, that is a danger close kind of one. I see, I see. So I'm gonna need to wait another cycle. And we go. This place was fun. So, alright, so I'm gonna ask for, I guess, a bit of a spoiler here. Does stepping in the lava instantly kill me? Or does it just hurt? Fuck it, I'll find out. It just hurts. It also slows me down. Interesting. Oh, it landed in lava. Such a shame. Such a pity, such a burden, such a curse. Alright, full disclosure, what I'm doing is I'm checking if there's a place to jump down. Here. There doesn't seem to be. I mean, there are less painful ways to go, Mr. Bones. Grave Glove Wart Tier 7. That's a bit excessive. Well, I'm in danger. Page garb. I'm getting Grave Glove Wart and of a higher tier than I think my body is ready for, so the boss that's going to be in here is going to be very, very spicy for me. Also, don't worry. I saw the extra thing around where the chariot was. It's just there's a process to all this. There's a whole etiquette to catacomb diving. Not that I'd know it. Alright, what I'm doing is I'm looking upwards, because I know you can ride these flamethrower traps upwards. What end, I do not know. Hold on. There's another page behind me. I heard the page, so I didn't need to see the page. Those pages are very, very healthy. Well, there's either two separate chariots, or this leads either up or down towards where that lava was. We're gonna go up towards where the chariot came from, and potentially die. I'm gonna guess we're going to die. Take me. I think that is what we call in the business a vigor check. That, or there was an illusory wall up there that I could have gotten through, but... I knew whenever I chose to go up there and I saw that there wasn't, like, about halfway up and I saw there wasn't any, like, other doorways, I knew I was going to die, so it was just like, whatever. Okay, so this isn't activated, so it does give me the opportunity to go down. It do go down. Don't you love wall bounces? Such a lovely thing. A shroom. Always worth a check. I mean, yeah, we did get a, what's it called out of it? I tried to kick there. Because, I don't know, that would have been the funny thing to do. Instead of killing him, I kick him into the lava. He takes that little chip of damage, it kills him, and then... Alright, so now we are in proper danger. Yeah, I tried to dodge there. I don't know if it counted me as in the lava for a brief moment, but... I don't know if it just ate my input. Or if I just didn't press hard enough. Many possibilities. It took its time deciding whether or not it wanted to actually do that damage to that skeleton. Hey, boys. Alright, now we have to wait another cycle for the chariot. Alright, we're gonna wait for it to come up and pass, then we're gonna run down to that ruin that we went through before. And then this time, instead of going towards where that second chariot is, we're going to zip on down. Actually, we're going to go ahead and bypass this entirely, and we're just going to immediately make a run for that door down here. We made it, but to what end? Unless that's the vigor check from hell, I think we might have made a mistake. You know what? Let's have some fun with this. Okay, it's not coming down here. Looks like there's a space down there and we can drop down. Let's not do that yet. Let's go the other way. Hello? Any skeletons in here? Get the ringed finger. I think I saw the, what was it? Was it Zero Lenny? There's one of those Soulsborne meme YouTube channels that did a video on this where it's just him and a bunch of summons with it. Oh, lovely. Alright, so the ringed finger. Bludgeon made of an enormous finger, sheathed in several heavy rings, thought to have been cut from an ancestor of the finger creeper. Don't know what that is. Some life yet remains in this legacy of an ancient act of blasphemy, as evident by the barely perceptible warmth it still exudes. Claw flick causes the finger to swell, then flex to build up strength before giving enemies a mighty flick. Well, this is technically a strength weapon. I can't justify using it. I can't justify showing it off here because it's... Look, it's a meme weapon. It's very popular because it's funny. Alright, so now instead of... Instead of going up, we're going to go down. Surely that is survivable. It is indeed survivable. Oh, this door just opens. I assumed I'd have to find something to open it. Fascinating. Oh, there's a chariot. What's up, dude? Doesn't look like there's anything down there. It doesn't look like there's anything upwards either. I guess this is like the intentional way. Although I have to ask, what sane person was just like, oh yeah, they gotta run through the lava? Can I get on the back of that? No, no, surely not. Nope, it's instant death. It was worth a try. Sorry, the flat platform on the back made me think, is it actually safe from above? I mean, it's also possible that it actually is, and I just flub my jump so severely that it's not. that it didn't for me there. How is that not in the lava? Hey, boyo. There goes Mr. Bones. Pass 1. Pass 2. Alright, we're not going all the way down this time. Or again. We're gonna work our way past the pages. Actually, we're just gonna run past. Like, why bother? This trap has already been taken care of. Actually, you know what? For fun. Alright, now we can force it back down. Very good. Now there's a space on the right and left over there, so that could mean enemies, it could mean safe spots. Find out in a second. Go ahead and take a sip. Now it does look like there are multiple paths here. Okay, I saw it down there for a moment. Oh, god damn it. Oh, that's where we were. Yeah. Okay. Alright. There's a Shadow Man in there. I've fought that enemy as a boss twice already. The one that was in the background. You lost 16k souls, nearly a level? Hey. Hey, look, it's not so bad. You just have to earn that much again. I've been there many times. You gotta remember, it's just time. Just time. We could have made it. Indeed, we bonk, unless we bounce. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and run past. We're gonna use that same strategy we used on that other page. Later. Ah, you'd love to see it. Perfumer's bolts. Oh, is that the explosives? No, go back down. We don't need you up. Period. Wait for the chariot to come back. And we run. Now we can drop down there. Mantis blade. So are those things called mantises? Manti? Very good. All is real. And now we descend. We haven't run into any imps so far. It looks like we got a Bloodhound Knight. I think that's Bloodhound Knight. Yep, that's Bloodhound Knight. Say goodnight. Oh, oh. The delayed swing. Had he swung whenever he arrived at me, I would have got him with a rolling attack. Unfortunately, he held it for a moment. So my iframes failed me. Right, time to run that exact route again. I kind of wish this was less time consuming. You know, the salty run back, getting back to it. If I didn't have to wait for the chariot. Maybe if I was a Vigor Chad and I could just health tank through all of this. Oh, he recovered from that startlingly fast. Laughs, we're in danger. I really wish I could lock onto their reanimating bodies. I will never not find this funny. Let's go ahead and send that down. Fantastic, we'll trigger the chariot. Ooh, that was close. Alright, we're going to try and sneak up on the knight once again. I think part of the problem I have is that the Bloodhound Knight smells me or something. This is going to break my lock-on, but joke's on you. I can climb ladders. And apparently you have incredibly high vertical swings. Plunging attack. Fantastic. Oh, that gives me the Bloodhound Knight set. That's awesome. I can't wear it. And a full set of Gelmir Knight. Hey, look. It happens to me all the time. It really does. So, what? Am I actually supposed to ride on top of it? What? Hold on, hold up. So, I'm gonna drop down, it's probably gonna kill me, and I'm gonna be... Haha, streamer mad, but like... Aw. Oh my god, you are! So I just missed that jump the first time. Ah, the mantis has respawned. Also, I feel like I'm moving while on the back of this thing, like shifting position. Well, that was a fascinating learning experience. I'm glad to have been a part of it. Oh, hey, the Stake of Marika. I guess I just... That is mildly upsetting. I hate that they only, like, work forward and not back. It's convenient that it's here, so I can, you know, do quick, salty runbacks on whatever this boss is, but... Like, if I choose to give up on this, I'm in for a world of hurt. Oh, no, not you. I've killed 2 of you already. Can I convince you to, like, not clip into the wall? Like, he clipped halfway into the wall, right? Was that me? Was it? All you need to do is learn the rotation and stay calm? I mean, yeah, that sums up what it is to play a Soulsborne game. You just need to stay calm, take it as slow as you need to. Then just do what you gotta. I love that enemy weapon hitboxes hit for as long as they decide to, and they have lingering. They linger. You always get greedy and go for the extra swing and regret it. Welcome to the stream. We do that here all the time. We do not judge for that. And in all fairness, for me, it's like, oh, I'm fighting the third enemy, like this third enemy as a boss for like... Not third enemy. We're fighting this enemy that we fought 3 times prior as a boss. And it's just... I just want it to be over. Also, his hitbox is tiny, apparently. Just kill me already. Like, I'm dying here because I'm doing very stupid things. I'm not playing carefully. I'm just going in, dying, making the same mistakes, and just rinse and repeat. I can win this fight. I've fought this enemy twice before. But there is just some unbridled greed in me that is just like, please, just kill it and get it over with. I mean, it really doesn't help that I just generally don't like fighting this enemy because they get more iframes on their rolls than I do. And their weapon hitbox, which is just their mouth, and their magic is larger than mine. Like, you see, I went for an extra swing there, and it cost me not only the boss fight, but my life. So yeah. The really high mobility ones are a pain. I mean, yeah, they're just awful. The assassins, which just float around as if they're not bound by the constraints of gravity. This wolf that apparently gets iframes whenever it leaps or casts spells. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. There are many ways you can build characters in all of the Souls games. And I've essentially, for my first character, done a glass cannon. Red Wolf champion down. That was awful. Bloodhound Knight Flo? Blah. Oh, another death root. That reminds me, I have to go to that beast clergyman and turn these in at some point. I mean, let's be honest. If I didn't hit like an absolute truck with near max strength, with a weapon that scales S rank in strength, there would be something terribly wrong. What's happening when it's strength 100? I want a little bit more endurance so I can actually wear some more armor. Not because it actually helps with my survivability, but because I think it's funny. We will get to 100 strength in no time. I do say I have 70 strength. That's not true. I have 60 strength, but plus 10 from 2 of my talismans. And I can get even more if I use a rune arc. Cock push-ups. You mean the old rooster readies? Oh, I already came this... I'm dumb. Yeah, I came this way already. Alright, so I need to... How the hell do I get up there? I'm in combat? With who? With what? Alright, so there's one other thing I want to do. Combat? I can't open my map, game? Do you mind? Ah, dog saw me. Fuck you. Alright, we want to go back to the Bridge of Iniquity. We're going to set the time tonight. Power slide. Gig simulation, now there's nowhere to hide. There never was. We're gonna pass time, nightfall, we're gonna wait till night, and then we're gonna run back up to that bridge. Because I feel like there's supposed to be something on that bridge. Do I know there's gonna be anything up there? No. Like, in all likelihood, this is a waste of time. There's not gonna be anything up there, and I'm just wasting my time and yours, and I apologize for that, but if there is something up there, well... Who's laughing now? Hey, Todd. You and all the cool kids in the chess club. Oh, I couldn't say it with a straight face, sorry. Alright, there's nothing up here. Wait, what if I walk up to this shack? Does it have another one of those edgelords, or... No, it doesn't. Well, I did make a fundamental mistake. Let's fast travel back to the Bridge of Iniquity. Try it one more time, because... So we learned whenever we were doing the War Master shack that occasionally the game gets fussy. Enemies that are supposed to spawn during the night don't always spawn whenever you're close to it and you haven't, like, fast traveled back to the point or something. So, final lap, final little go about it. We're gonna go there with reckless abandon. We're just gonna run through the center, see if anything pops up. We've got the combat music, but we don't care. No, there's nothing here. Okay. Sorry, everyone. I've wasted your time. Alright, we can go heckle patches. We can go to 9th Mount Gumnir campsite. Mount Gelmir? Sorry, apparently Mount Gelmir is just very difficult to say, and I don't know why. You request a refund of your 15 seconds. It was more than 15 seconds, but the apology still stands. I'm sorry. Alright, there's an elevator, or we can just zip up. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and use the springboard, because I can't be bothered to climb that giant ladder. Oh no. A full-grown... Oh god. Well, we're... It was worth a try. Oh, Are you talking about the full-grown star beast ruined not just your day but your week? Easy bastard. Look, I've already fought 2 of these. I guess the young counterpart of this. And to be honest, I just hit it for like 300 and it didn't do much. That's... Yeah, 328 isn't much damage. Also, the hitbox favor the enemy heavily. Alrighty then. Here you go, Torrent. Like, I have to say, game, do you really want to let me target some other parts of his body? Like, I'm already running into an issue where if I could target his head, this would be easy. If I could target his tail, this would be easy. But I can't target either of those things. I'm stuck targeting, like, his haunch. So... Oh, he only did it once. He just immediately went into the third tier of that. So a problem I've already run into, and that I'm going to continue to run into, is that the lock-on in the hitboxes for both my weapon and his, like, damageable area are not the same. Just, this is going to be a terrible, terrible fight because I can't lock on to the head or tail. And not locking on at all just is not an option. I fucking wish it was, but it's not. You cheesed him because you couldn't win. I don't blame you. This is going to be a very unpleasant fight because it's just poorly done. I want to point out, I tried to swing a second time there. I don't know if I was out of stamina and didn't notice it, or if there's something else happened, but it didn't let me get a second swing off. Oh, he canceled his charge. Don't worry, Torrent. We brought plenty of food. Did he fall asleep? Was that like an exhaustion state in Monster Hunter? What? My attacks can bounce when I'm on horseback? Oh, that's death. Unfortunate. Almost got him halfway. Alright, so Torrent is the way to go. Just hang out on Torrent's back and use his enhanced agility to get around the fact that the boss has way more agility than I do. What? That was criminal. He missed and he had a... Oh. He missed that attack so clearly, but it had a lingering hitbox, so it's like... Well, he missed, but you're dead anyways. God, that is frustrating. Oh, okay, he canceled his charge again. What? I really, really hate how this game handles itself sometimes. Like, if I could more consistently hit his head by targeting his head, I would be so happy. Also, to answer a question that isn't being asked, why do I keep jumping over attacks instead of dodging them like a normal human? Sekiro. Sekiro had a bunch of sweeping attacks that you would have to jump over. And I know I'm using Sekiro as an excuse a lot, but my god, is the muscle memory there? Also, that wasn't a headshot. I have no idea what that... Oh, that was a two-phase attack. I'm glad I didn't get hit by it. Alright, so I'm guessing its gravity is more gravity now. That's a weird thing to say out loud, but... I jumped into it because I expected him to sweep it faster. I swear he lagged it for a moment. Catch me out. I know, I jumped too early and I deserve that, but I tried. Alright, this is very doable. It's just, it's not a fun fight. It's not a good fight. It's just icky. I gotta wonder, how did they get this through? Did anybody test this out? Like, I have to ask, because I've had a bunch of fights in this game where it would be greatly enhanced if I could target other parts of the creature, but all I can target is center mass. If I could target his head, fine, I wouldn't have that complaint. If I could target the tail, wonderful. The reality is, since I can't target those things, I end up with weird and awkward moments and bits that just... where it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel right. And defeat and victory neither feel earned. You know? Like, I lost because of bullshit, or I won because I just cheesed right, or I did the right thing at the right time, but not in the way it was intended. Like, oh, I won that fight because the boss decided not to do the inconvenient moves I can't dodge well. Or it just decided to let itself be vulnerable more. Also, how high is that hitbox there, bud? I swear, sometimes I do jump into the hitbox because just... instinct. A reaction. Oh, it ate my input. Great. Fantastic. Glad to be a part of it. How is he not off the ledge? Like... This is what I mean by I swear they didn't test any of this. They just pushed it out the door. Also, yeah, I survived, but to what end? It's... Oh, poison isn't on the table for me. Well, I guess I could if I... assigned poison. What do you mean that didn't hit? want to point out, you can see me slipping on the ledge there because I'm trying to walk, but it's so uneven that it won't let me. Also, the fuck? What do you mean? The attack hits me, and then it's just like, okay, it did the damage. Let it disappear back behind the cover of the rocks. Like, I get that these are star-fallen beasts, and you want to make them look like they've actually fallen from the stars and whatnot, so they're in craters, but that doesn't work super well when they're clipping in and out of the ground, when their attacks clip in and out of the ground. Make the crater shallower. That's all you gotta do, just make it a little shallower. It doesn't need to be super deep like it is. It'll prevent people from being slippy on the sides and it feeling uncomfortable. Scimitar put away, that put away. Mantis blade. Curved sword with a blade at both ends wielded by cemetery shades. The insect-ridden gravekeepers. The blade is thin and sharp, and strong attack unleashes a far-reaching slash. Interesting. Right, I'm not gonna bother with the descriptions this time. I am, full disclosure, a little tilted. Not a whole lot I can do or say about it. Okay, we're at medium load. We could make this easier if we summoned our wolves, but we're not going to. Warren, do you mind turning better? Well, at least he has the same problem. Also, since I'm on Torrent, I put on a bunch of extra armor. Well, a bunch of extra, it's wrong to say. Just the rest of the stuff I had sitting around. That tail swipe, it's so delayed. I'm gonna run out of heals. Is it bad to say that I can feel the stress and anxiety building? No. Oh, it missed. Oh no, that's death. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it would have made any difference whether or not I'd hit there. But God, how did that miss? I ask that question a lot whenever it comes to my attacks. I mean, I am using the brick hammer now, which is slightly I think is here's the thing. I think it's shorter than the large club. I think. It doesn't feel like it sometimes. Sometimes it feels like it's the exact same. But what do I know? I didn't go to school for game design, and apparently neither did the devs. What? Please two-hand. No, fuck it, we're gonna drag it down in the center and we're gonna fight it as best we can. What do you... Wait. You ever get those times where you're doing something and you just feel demoralized because you feel like you're fighting the game itself? It's just like, alright, I've hit this attack and it missed. What do you mean it missed? My hitbox is colliding with the enemy. Does it have a physical barrier up that is physically pushing my body away from it so that my attacks can't land? Also, I have no idea why that didn't hit me. It hit me last time, but it didn't this time. Yeah, it's very compelling. Alright. Would you like to... You're just fighting Renala. You have to beat a dragon midway fight. So, Renala, whenever you hit her phase 2, she'll start summoning backup. She'll start using Ashes of War like you have. Every fight with a great sword in Monster Hunter... No, I've used great sword in both Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Rise. I haven't used any earlier because I didn't have access to the handhelds, but... Monster Hunter was better about it. Oh. Yeah, that's just death. At least I got the recovery. It's OP in Rise. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Well, everything's ridiculous in Rise. Everything is super fast, high speed, low drag, low commitment. I didn't get the recovery because where the fuck were the runes? Up there? What were they doing up there? The Renala run back? Yeah, the Renala run back is rough. Also, the more you play Rise, the less you like it. That's how I was. Like, the more I played Rise, the less fun it got. Why? What? Well, that's death, yeah. But why would it even let me? I expected to throw the bone dart behind me, you know, at the giant monster, and for some reason it's just like, you wanted it off, up, and to the front right of your character, right? What? You what? So, like, another problem I have is I swear that sometimes bosses animation cancel. Like, they're in a recovery for an attack, and instead of going through the full recovery, they'll just get out of it early. Oh, okay, that just... Bye, Torrent. Like... What's up? You love Greatsword, though. It's your new fave weapon. Gonna get that Swax next. Charge Blade is on your list as well. Switch Axe is tons of fun. It's just... such a fucking meme sometimes. Are you referring to Rise Switch Axe or World Switch Axe? Because they are very different beasts. For fuck's sake. World. Please? Ooh. You'd think hitting it in the eye would do more. I'll read your message in a second. There were too many words for me to actually keep track of. Like, what is the targeting parameters for that? Oh, all right. That has much wider angle than I'm used to. Please? Do you fucking mind? Alright, you're hoping you get Monster Hunter 6 this year, but they just released their own version of Pokemon Go, so that's a bit hopeful, you think. Well, you never know, because you know for a fact that the mainline Monster Hunter games aren't being worked on the same people who are doing the mobile game. Alright, do you wanna not have so much mobility that you literally back out of the center of the arena onto one of the, like, the edges instantly? The hitbox on the shrapnel from that attack is... I wish it was clear. I wish it was actually the rocks instead of just invisible tracers that you can see hit the ground in rows. You know? I love that his hitbox is so massive whenever he's attacking me, but I can't hit shit. That didn't hit. What was that? I'm stuck on the... I hate this arena, and I hate this boss's hitbox. It is so garbage. Alright, it's done. It's through. It's stupid, but we're done. Also, only 21,000. That's not worth it at all. 21,000 runes for that is... Ugh. Somber Smithing Stone, Falling Star Beast Jaw. Hey, if I hadn't have lost my runes because I lost complete sight of them because... you immediately lose your compass whenever you enter combat, I'd have enough for level up. Alright, so why the fuck did I come up here? Is there something up here? Did I miss something? Is there a way down? Or is that just all there to tease for shits and giggles? Have some spicy... Okay, there's a path over here. More marionettes. Camera very much wanted me to die there. I was gonna say, did I miss a Lost Grace in its boss arena or something? No, why would there be? There was one right at the bottom of the hill. Alright, we're back to normal armor. Smoldering butterfly. Dance like marionettes swaying to the symphony. It's a bit much. Alright, so where... Never mind. Alright, I think we're gonna get that bug, that beetle, this thing. Well, that was accidental. Ash of War through and through. Alright, so... That's everything. That's what we want to do. We need to call it now. We don't want to go over our time. Oh. Things through nose. Ah, indeed. Alright. Get ready for the frame drop of closing a game. Alright, so there's the frame drop. Thank you all so much for stopping by. That was Elden Ring and its horrible, horrible lock-on system with horrible, horrible hitboxes. There is a YouTube where you can watch these VODs. There's a Discord where you can hang out with the community and organize with the community for... what's it called? For community nights, which is every Friday. Also, you played Bonk. But the bonk sounded distorted to me. Did it sound distorted to you guys, or is it because I was talking? I don't know. There's a Twitter where you can get live updates, and, fuck Renala. Oh, I'm sure there's art of that somewhere. Alright, so... Well, it's good that the audio is fine now, and I hope there wasn't much, if any, bleed. Let's check to see if Spud's currently going. Is he? He is. So we'll send you guys on over to Spud. God, I hate Spud's name. Like, I love Spud as, like, a streamer, an entertainer, and all that, and as an all-around swell dude, but his name sucks to type out into the Twitch chat. Mostly because that's what's necessary to organize the raids. Ah, yes, with the one viewer. Oh, two already. There we go. All right, catch you all next time.